Tonight, the final dress rehearsal, week 3 of the preseason. And we got a good matchup on tap, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night prime time. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their 5'11" quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Now it's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Stevenson. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. It's a gain of 9, but it's also going to mean a punt here on their opening drive. The Steelers send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. Orchestrating the offense will be the top pick in the 2018 draft, and that's Baker Mayfield.
And he's a guy who plays with a lot of emotion. He's learned how to channel it really positively, because when he throws the football downfield and makes a big play, he'll be the first guy downfield to celebrate with you. But also, when his team needs that confidence, when they need that jolt, they turn to him, and he's ready to provide it.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Play fake. Mayfield. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Throwing, Mayfield. This is caught by McMillan. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
That's a gain of 3. It's
from the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And this one is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
To throw is Wilson. Allen hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
You know, if this is the regular season, partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
And the Buccaneers, first down. First and 10.
On first and 10, here's Irvin. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
To throw, Mayfield. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Now Mayfield. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Mayfield showing he can be fleet of foot, picking up the first down.
Tampa Bay. First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Will score. Touchdown, Buccaneers. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind-melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good.
Steelers, nothing.
The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Steelers ready to take over on offense. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stopped that one behind the line of scrimmage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Wilson. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Kalijah Kancey drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
The Steelers send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. yards.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 9.
Mayfield. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. So on now is Johnny Hekker to punt this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now the Steelers getting set and ready for their next possession. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. But give up the middle to Johnson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 44-yard line.
Play action. Now Wilson. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away.
The Bucs take over first.
The Tampa Bay offense set to go again. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
Mayfield down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Here is 3rd and 5.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Here's Mayfield. Incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Here's Johnny Hekker now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start with a handoff to Johnson. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. Warren will try the right side. And pretty good pursuit there defensively. He's brought down, no gain on the play. 2nd down coming up.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd down at the 50-yard line.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs or putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's Wilson to throw. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there. Those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Mayfield looks to throw. And he is going to lose yardage here. So it'll be a loss on the play of 12 yards, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I really don't know where to go with this one. He caught the pass, but in the opposite direction towards his own end zone. That's not one you get every game.
Here's Johnny Hacker now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Fair catch called for, no gimme in these conditions, but he's able to look this one in. 37 yards on the punt with no return, and they will take over 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They go play action now. Wilson. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
He was covered by
Wilson. In trouble, and he's taken down. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll start on the ground with Irving. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football. 2nd and 5. As they've got it as we resume action. They'll run. This is Irving. And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Mayfield to throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
Buccaneers first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
At the 34-yard line.
Mayfield on play action. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Baker going to give it to Irving. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
2nd and 11 at the Steelers' 41-yard line.
From the gun, Mayfield. Over the middle, complete. It's Evans. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That's a gain of 3.
Back to throw here. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 25-yard line. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
Oh, look at the juke. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 45 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Buccaneers first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll stay on the ground with Irving. And he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Bucky Irving ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Buccaneers are able to stretch out their lead. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, get it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Buccaneers 14.
That time a 9-play drive. And a 9-yard run on the end of it. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try to put some pressure on the defense.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Wilson. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. Keanu Benton, the one who got in to bury him.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They'll set up a throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
Hand off for Warren. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Now Wilson. He's going to air one out. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jamal Dean. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. From the 33, here's 2nd and a couple. Once again, it's Irving. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. Here it's 3rd and 3. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
A gain of 6. And the Buccaneers first down.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches as we just saw him do there because he really looks like a wide receiver when he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point of attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And now a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll run with Irvin. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. 3rd and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. Mayfield going to take it on the sneak. And he'll get it. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
And this is something right out of the Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34.
And the Steelers first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the give, it's Warren. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
On the run, it's Warren. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. And they'll let the fullback try and push the pile. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I get the thought process. 3rd and short, give it to the fullback, let him bulldoze his way, but that means you're counting on your offensive line to win the line of scrimmage, aren't you?
Yeah, and there was just a mass of bodies there at the line. Looked like more defenders than offensive guys. Winds up losing yardage. Boswell's kick is good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. So it was 4th and 1. They wind up taking the 3. But I'm not sure that that offensive unit, judging by the sideline, Charles, was in 100% agreement with the decision.
No, not at all. But the head coach has final call on this. We know that. But let's face it, offenses want to feel like, hey, you believe in us, let us go for it. We'll see if that is a problem for them moving forward in this game.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the 1st half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
2nd and 10 at the 28-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. Now a 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the 1st.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Throwing, Mayfield. And incomplete on a deep ball. He's offensive starters still out there in the second quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the third quarter, if not all the way through it.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the third quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the fourth quarter.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 40. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives them a first down.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
They'll look to throw again. And he's going to be taken down there. A sack back at the 32. Keanu Benton. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. After the sack on first down, Mayfield. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down. They'll drop the throw. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright. And that will keep this a 15-point game.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
The Steelers taking over now late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Here's Wilson. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it will come back to the spot of the fumble. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Flush to his right. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. To throw is Wilson. He'll get this to Ward. He's going to be brought down there in the field of play, and the clock will run, no timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit. So halftime is
all right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you. The rain, maybe not quite as heavy as it was earlier, but still coming down pretty good as we prepare for the second half. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Buccaneers offense and their running back, Bucky Irving, getting ready to go back to work. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
To throw, Mayfield. That is caught. And he is going to have the Bucs first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
That's good for a Buccaneers first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
That would give Irving running right. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
At the 40-yard line.
Now Mayfield. Over the middle to Evans. It'll be a gain of just a yard. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
To the right side, catch made by Bucca. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough.
A gain of only a yard.
Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. This is brought in at the 21. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Stevenson. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. A time to get another look at this Buccaneer offense. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And even 100 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On the jet sweep, McMillan. And he pushes way up to about the 44 here. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 44-yard line.
Mayfield. Throw left side complete. That's Evans. 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd.
Mayfield down. He's got his receiver. That's Ibuka. Certainly not what they wanted there. No gain, and it's 4th down. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. This is taken at about the 14. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. Underneath, caught by the tight end, Allen. Only able to gain a couple there. And that'll bring up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. On the return, Johnson. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Here's Mayfield. Open man is Ibuka. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
A gain of 12 yards.
On 1st and 10, here's Irvin. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Evans has it left side. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
It's a pickup of 13. Leads to 3rd down and 3.
Quick throw, and Mayfield completes it. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 37. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
At the 37-yard line.
Mayfield to throw it. To the left side, he gets this one to Ibuka. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
That's a gain of 6.
Mayfield looks to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
That's good for a Buccaneers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
A 2-yard gain brings up 2nd down at the 24-yard line.
From the 24, Mayfield. And Evans will have a Bucs 1st down as he's brought down at the 16.
That's another Buccaneers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that'll be off off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays. You kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
Here's 3rd and 7.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
They'll look to throw here. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll give him a new set of downs. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Now back to throw. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
Under pressure, they got him again. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. Now we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. 2 straight sacks have them backed up now for a 3rd and goal. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Bucs are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Well, now how about this return? This will probably be the last play of the quarter. They go play action with Wilson. Got his man, it's Warren. And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Running from the gun, Johnson. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
1st down, Steelers.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They stay on the ground on 1st for Johnson. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest game we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dab. Been a big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to...
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Open man, it's Palmer. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 4th down. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good game. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 2. Back to throw. Howard. That's to the right sideline. And it falls incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Howard. Under pressure, and down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
It's a gain of 20.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
On 1st down, it's Baker. Now he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Baker. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And a throw there going to be incomplete. A fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Looking to put a drive together. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Here's Johnson again on second down. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone. Back now comes Tampa Bay. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football. You're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hook left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 1. And they'll give them another shot here on the ground. And the Bucs are going to have it 1st and goal as they'll take this down to about the 3.
For a first down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defense in front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
And he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and goal.
They'll try and sneak it here. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Buccaneers up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try to pick themselves back up.
Second and 3. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Well, he's going up top for Wilson. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on fourth, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there.
Sean Robinson, too much to handle that time, gets the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Alex Highsmith making the nice play and getting the sack.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
McLaughlin for the Buccaneers field goal. A 53-yard attempt.
And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. But that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
To throw is Howard. Throwing to start the drive. And he's able to break out a one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
Second and 7 at the 46-yard line.
Back to throw. Howard underneath, caught by the tight end Allen. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning.
First down.
First down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And they'll come up second and 7. Operating from the gun. Howard. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now a screen set up for Johnson. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. Here's 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll look to throw again. Now he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Howard from the gun, he'll throw. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
If you're going to play quarterback in the NFL, you've got to have great vision, and you've got to remain calm when things break down in the pocket. Both of those traits are on display there. He surveys the situation, sees the middle of the field open, so he's just going to step up and take it himself. Very well done there.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll cut the lead down now to 22. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles. So the final seconds of the 4th quarter.
Yeah, in this one, they've been in control, haven't they? They've earned this victory. No question who the better team was out there in this game. And frankly, the score could have been a lot worse than it was. Give them a lot of credit for how they played in this one.
14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers.